Hey guys, welcome to another video. This is a show and tell video. This is something I would like to present to you that I've been working on the last year and a half for myself. Before this, I never really organized data and I never really linked things with each other. And as I've been getting into Airtable and linking records and all that kind of stuff, I started to see more and more cool things that are possible with it. And I would like to just show these things, and you can just say like, okay, that's cool or that's not cool or whatever. So the idea behind this was that Airtable is going to serve like as the source of truth where everything comes from. And the more things are connected with each other, the easier it gets to change something over time. So I've got this base, and I call this 360 creators, and in this base I got all kinds of tables. So I got creators, companies, market, community portfolio, features, videos, tools, tricks, events, reviews, categories, channels, and something hidden that I'm still working on. And one of the thoughts behind putting things in Airtable is because I can synchronize my Airtable data with all kinds of things, such as my website made in Webflow. So I got all kinds of collections over here that are very similar to what I have over here. And I can synchronize these collections with Airtable. I'm doing that using Whalesync. Whalesync is a tool that syncs these all for me instantly. I have Airtable as like my internal data structure kind of thing. And then I have all kinds of different places where I output my data, where I put things, certain parts of my Airtable in public. So what does that mean? So I have something in Webflow, I have something Superbase that I build skin CMS with. I have sometimes that I want to use the data with a 3D view stature, and then I can sync that with skin CMS instead of Whalesync. And this way the Airtable is kind of the center of the data, and it will update on all these different places as we're going. I've been going pretty wild into this, and I've made, first of all, you can see I've got creators and companies. This is like something that a lot of tools, when you're looking into them, your administration tool or whatever thing, you usually have like a person, a human being, a user, yeah? And you have different users, different humans, different whatever, inside one company or maybe one user. I'm calling them creators. So we have, you have Ronald van der Weijden, that's me, and I have a company that's called 360 Creators. And I recently got into other company names as well, and then I can just add those company names as I'm going. And I don't need to change my name for that as I'm changing company. So I can just unlink a linked record of a company. So in this case, I have 360 creators here and Blaze creators that I'm part of. So there's the separation of creators, human beings, users, and companies. That's like entities that make money. So when somebody is booking an hour with me and does not provide a company name, I know this is a business to consumer transaction, and I need to treat taxes differently than when it's a business to business transaction. So there's a lot of those things that are into place why I've made this separation of creators and companies. So let's go to the companies. Here you can see a few. I've got many more, but for the sake of privacy and things, I've made this public view. I'm not showing everything over here, but I can show you something, how something is synchronized as an example. So let's go to billion-dollar companies. So I have a lot of companies in there, and I have a column over here that says, sometimes I search on the internet, hey, how much revenue does this company make that I'm working for directly or indirectly? And this is just for myself to fill in some sort of number and feel like impressed, like, oh, cool, Ronald, you're working for a $198 billion company, Microsoft, or this Meta. I've worked directly for Meta. I've worked indirectly for Microsoft, and there's other companies over here as well. So I have this directly working for companies, and I have indirectly working for companies kind of thing. Now, to make this public, I don't really want to like say, well, this company I've worked directly for, and this one I did indirectly for, because I have more indirect clients that have big names, and it's nice to show that off on my website. So on my website, so this is the main page, Skin CMS. Then over here I'm showing off the company names I've been working for. But now let's say that I want to add another company. So I say I want to add Veolia to the list. So I say, okay, Webflow. Now what happens over here is Whalesync is waiting for an update. This is happening automatically in the background, and it will then at some point find the trigger and sync it to the Webflow site. Yeah, there it goes. Okay, so Whalesync did it. Now refresh the site. And it shows now Veolia in the list as well. I don't need to do anything within Webflow to make this work. So this is all set up as it goes. The nice thing about this is one place Veolia is showing up, but when you go, for example, to the marketplace and search for consult, then over here I'm also showing off the logos. And as you can see, I got Veolia here as well. And you can click on the link as well. This is coming from Airtable. So all the way back over here, somewhere in here, I have the link to the website. Here, this one. So, and if this link ever changes or something, I change it over here, and it updates it on many places on my Webflow site. And if I have this stuff also in the 3D Vista Tour, it also updates it in the 3D Vista Tours that I've got online. So this is like one of those epic things that I find so exciting about having this kind of database that is somewhat easier to use than an actual database like MySQL or Postgres and stuff like that. That's just out of my league kind of thing. So this is one example, and I'm doing this with all these other tables as well. So let's go to the next one. Over here I've got the marketplace. The marketplace represents what I've built over here, and this is all with filters and all the stuff. So, and this is how the marketplace looks like. I have listing names, I have the channels where I'm putting it on. I could make all kinds of automations to also publish a certain listing to LinkedIn, to Facebook, to MetaMost, to the Facebook group, a specific Facebook group. My Google Calendar, YouTube, all this kind of stuff. I mean, there's a lot of those things possible with it. But for now, I keep it simple and I only publish to Webflow. And all the other things that are in the list that I'm not going to click on right now might be things that are not finished yet. So a vendor on the marketplace still needs to fill in the price, for example. Like, I don't know what the price is, and it's unfinished. If it's unfinished, it just doesn't get published yet. But if everything is finished, I can say, okay, approve, and it puts it online on Webflow, and it will automatically get all the filters in place. So when we go over here, I can use the virtual spaces, skin interfaces, CMS surfaces. So this is a single select. I got the price over here, and the beautiful thing about doing this in Webflow is that I can change any styling I like to some, like, without having all this coding experience that you usually need when you're custom building websites and stuff. Let's see, so I'm going to clear everything. It's not perfect because I always see like things that I can improve myself, but it's pretty far advanced, I think. So for example, I want to have a virtual space, I want to have the 3D Vista files with it, and I want to make sure it's royalty-free license. And then I click over here. Now, if somebody else, if a vendor says, oh, but my product is also royalty-free license, they can change that in the Airtable, and once that's there, Whalesync will pick it up and update the values in Webflow, and then this extra item could show up then as well. So I don't have to do all kinds of things in Webflow anymore after I build it, and that's the beautiful thing about this. Now, something to understand about the market is that there is this whole collection page. So this is like the collection of all those different items, right? So all of this. And on a collection page, I can add filters. And once I click on something, then I see a detail page. Just like with Skin CMS, I trigger it with a JavaScript action, and then I get to see all this other stuff. So these are features, yeah? So let's see over here, we got this. I gotta look a little bit because I've gone really far with this. Yeah, the features, which are another table over here. And so people can select their features, what is needed, and that will show up here as well. Then the description, the buy now link. So as you can see on the bottom left, you see market.3dvista.com/product/infinity 3D interactive gallery and UTM source. So UTM source, UTM content, UTM term. When people are adding in their links, their checkout links through a form, let's see, so over here, for example, I have this form, which I can send over to people and say, okay, well, select your stuff. And people only fill out a checkout URL, but that could be something without all these parameters of the UTM codes. Those things I'm adding with concatenate formulas later on, and those concatenate formulas I'm syncing with Webflow. And yes, I'm talking a lot, and I just want to like express a little bit of this stuff that I've been working on so much, right? Like, so the complexity, I just like to show this off a little bit here. So yeah, it's there's all these formulas that are doing this kind of stuff. There's the embed link. So this is so people fill in the checkout URL, but also the embed URL of the demo. So that you can actually see it right away inside here, what you're going to buy. And I thought that was something that was really needed. Because that's something I've been missing from the 3D market, to see like, okay, what am I buying? And I needed to click on a link, and it just didn't feel nice. So in here, you can see everything right away, and it just, you can make your decision. You can even go over here to the next space, and click on the next one over here, the next one. If you want, you can open this in a new tab, all these URLs. Now, for example, if something does not have a demo URL, then show the image. So I'm showing the thumbnail. So you can do this kind of logic within Webflow. If the URL is empty, then show an image. Let's see. Next space. And you can also open this in a new tab, and then you have a full screen experience of what it is from the source itself. You can also open this in VR, so I'm using a concatenate formula, using the URL and then question mark, VR is true, and then it opens up in VR. So if you're watching the marketplace in VR, click these buttons over there, and you can experience this right away. It shows here the company, so back over here, companies that are linked. Let's see. The price of the product, the title of the product, the features of the product, this is a different table. The description of it, the buy now button, and then over here we have command section. So I'm embedding discourse into here, and people can have a discussion in public about a certain product. And this can be right now about a product in the marketplace, but that can also be, this commands stuff can also be in a virtual tour. So that people register a Discourse community account, and they can discuss things within the virtual tour with each other about the stuff. You can also send a direct message, a simple form from Webflow. Hi, I'm blah blah blah, email, not a robot, and submit. And so people can ask the questions that they have without searching for an email or going to the website and doing a lot of effort for that stuff. So let's see, and then over here we have other things. So these are collections from Webflow that are saying, okay, show the community works, the community portfolio, which is over here. That is linked to the market product. That's something that's possible if that's there. If it doesn't exist, if it's not linked, then do not show this whole thing at all. And other products from this vendor. Very basic stuff from e-commerce sites, but you know, the nice thing is now it's made in Webflow, you can custom build all these things and make your own logic to this. So we can just go to Aquascape, it takes the collection URL from this item, and we go over here now. That's about the marketplace. A lot of stuff going on there. Let's go back to this community portfolio. So over here, 360credits.com/community/portfolio. This is the stuff from other people and myself, what is made. So this is kind of like an inspiration page for people to see, hey, what can we build with the stuff? So we have 360 creators, one step north. I've kind of put up this idea, but I never really continued to put more effort into this to work this out. But I still kind of like the idea that people can add their works to this stuff so that we can all learn from each other's works. And again, this is like the collection page, and then we have the detail page. Yeah, and this one works. And so here we can see it. We can see the date when it's made. Something else about, the cool thing about Airtable is when you're adding dates. So over here, you can say, okay, click on the date, and it will format it in a certain way. And this right here, it shows 2021, then the month, then the day. This is the ISO format. In Webflow, you can say, okay, take this date, however it's formatted, and format this in a different way. What happens over here is that it will format the date in October. So instead of 2023-10- and then the day, maybe 5 or whatever, it will say only show the month, so October, fully written, not OCT, just fully written, and then the year. So it's the formatting of the date which you can present very nicely here. So we show who's made it, the date nicely formatted in month and year. Okay, this part doesn't make so much sense, and 3D Vista is used for this. Now, what we could theoretically speaking do is we could say in the community portfolio, we could say, okay, well, this is made in 3D Vista, this is made in Pano 2 VR, this is made in Marcipano, this is made in whatever, and you can select the tool in which something is made. And basically make a similar page to the market page that we just went through. And I think this way you can really like help each other out to figure out like, okay, this is made with that tool, that's made with that tool, oh, that looks cool, you know, and you can mix and match all kinds of things. So that's the community portfolio. Let's go to features. So yeah, I got all kinds of features that are things that could be done. So with the panoramas, or the virtual spaces, as I call them in the marketplace. Let's see, yeah, virtual spaces. This could be panoramas, but it could also be a GLTF files, so the 3D models, based on what you like. So that is something I call a feature. So you have GLTF, you have panorama JPEG. Sometimes Photoshop's files are included, but you're gonna need Photoshop for that. Yeah. So a bunch of these things, and this is a relatively simple table because it only has like the name of the feature and a definition. And this definition you can reuse in multiple places on the website as well. Slug, and then here I'm linking it with the market or category. Whew! Alright, so next up, videos. Every time I make a video, I can easily add a video through a form. Something like this, where I add these things. And when I publish a video, I can automatically post this on all kinds of different channels. So I'm adding in myself, but you know, maybe I want to share a video made by someone else. Then I add the someone else as the creator, and I give credits to who credits belong. Video description, timestamps, tools. Oh yeah, this one was a pretty advanced thing as well. Basically, I have a video description which is generated based on the timestamps, the tools I'm using, creating automatically the hashtags. Yeah, well, okay, but it's just a lot of concatenate. So it's like little intro, the referral tools. So all the tools I'm using, do I have a referral link of that? If so, show that. If not, show the regular URL. Let's see. So let's go to one of those videos. The resources, videos. Again, some filters over here. You can say, okay, I only want to have Skin CMS videos. And I click on one of those. And what I'm doing over here is I have the video and I'm linking it with the products that are visible within the video. So in this case, Aquascape, which are the virtual spaces, the panoramas to buy, and the tools used in this video, so Skin CMS and 3D Vista. And other tools, sometimes I'm using whatever, Google Analytics or Matomo, and those are all coming from the tools table then and presented over here. Oh yeah, and here I wanted to say on the video detail page, if the tool Skin CMS is available, then also show the reviews that I have from Skin CMS, only from Skin CMS, so not reviews based on projects that people have hired me for. And this button over here to build your first mapping. But when I go to another video, something that is not Skin CMS related, you are here for floor plan, for example, you will not see these things. So I've set up all these filters in there. Yeah, so you can see here the tools, the categories, which these things are based on, so virtual tours or only automations. Yeah, cool. Let's move on. Videos, tools. Here we go. So this is like a whole list of tools that I've like gathered over time. I'm collecting then usually the logo icon of it, so I can present that. And all these tools are within categories. At some point, I'll probably also, maybe I already have it, whether some tool is open source or self-hostable or not. And I'm trying to figure all this stuff out so that at some point you can say, well, here are all the, let's say, database tools, database no-code tools, such as Airtable and other types. Then here are all the database no-code tools that are open source, so that you can put them next to each other and, you know, show that stuff. However I see fit of these things. So there's a lot of connecting kind of things in here, right? Tricks, it's basically like a blog. So I have the name, description, publish date. Very basic compared to all these other things. I have all the events that I've done over time. So you can see over here, I've done a lot of zooming, descriptions over time, collecting all these things, and all these events are presented over community, events, and then upcoming and past. So past, you see all these. And if an event is in the future, then show it up here. So when I make a new event, it will show up here, synced with Whalesync over here. And once that day has passed, it will automatically go to the past tab. So I can add up all these filters, which is, I think, pretty cool. Reviews. So all the kinds of reviews I've gathered over time. And I can say, well, to what kind of thing did people buy from me? Did people buy the consultation hour? Or did a project with me? Where's the source coming from? So you know, that's one of those problems with reviews. They get over to Trustpilot, Google reviews, Facebook reviews, Airtable testimonial forms where people are like privately submitting it to me. And you kind of also want to show the source of these reviews, because how else do you know if these are trustworthy or not? All testimonials. So you can see over here, I'm putting in the source. So if it's Trustpilot, then show the icon and read on Trustpilot and open up that specific link. And if it's through an Airtable form, it doesn't show the source because it's an internal review. But here's another Trustpilot review, and so on. Let's see. I don't have for the Google reviews, I see. I'm missing that one. But yeah. So as you can see, this is how I sync all these things. This is all the testimonials or all the reviews on one page, and parts of those reviews I show on other pages where they are relevant. So if it's a Skin CMS review, I show that on everything relevant to Skin CMS. If it's a project review or a review from $1 billion company, it shows up at the $1 billion company page. And so this way I'm kind of collecting all these things and keeping that in sync. Then I have categories, so all these tools, what kind of category are they falling into? Virtual tours, automations, a lot of stuff, right? And we have channels. So there is the Webflow, Facebook page, Facebook group, Mattermost, Skin CMS, like different channels in Mattermost. So when I publish something, I can automatically say, okay, put it there, and there. And using sometimes something like make or init to do these automations. That's it. I know it's been quite a lot. I hope it's been somewhat inspirational to see like, hey, what is going on in Ronald's mind? What is he working on? How is he thinking? Why Airtable is such a cool thing? Now, I know that I'm now a lot showing stuff that is self-hostable, and Airtable is not self-hostable. I'm looking into the open source alternatives like Baserow and stuff, and I'm trying to figure out how can I move all of this into Baserow so that I have it on my own server and make my own copies and backups of this stuff, and use that as a single source of truth. And I consider all of this, what I've done the last year or so, as like a blueprint where I want to move to for the future, into like self-hosting all of this, and doing the same with like Webflow, moving it to Webstudio. So this is Webflow Webstudio, and these things are being developed right now as we speak, and so over time this will also have a lot of cool things. CMS integration of Webflow, Webstudio is going to be really epic, I think. You can have any data source and put it inside there, and so but all these things cost time, and it's a journey to do these things. So I hope you found this video helpful. Well, have a great day and see you in the next video. Bye.